AKPA, Bedtime Storytime. AKPA, Bedtime Storytime.
Good evening, boys and girls, and welcome to another episode of AKPA's Bedtime Storytime. Tonight, I'll be reading Amanda and the Lost Time. Amanda, you can go walk the dog, Amanda mom asked. Not now, I'll do it later, Amanda replied. When will you help me make Dad's birthday card? Asked her little sister, running into Amanda's room. I've been waiting all day. His birthday isn't for another week, Amanda replied, sighing, not even turning her head. We can do it tomorrow. Later, her little brother came in too. Amanda, can you read me a book? He asked. I love it when you read for me, especially this story about pirates. I don't feel like it right now. Maybe another day, Amanda said. Hours turned into days, and Amanda still didn't do any of these things. When her dad's birthday came and she still hadn't made a card, she thought, no big deal, I'll just make a card next year. Amanda could never find time to do things. She was always too busy even to play chess, the thing she loved the most. It would have continued on like this for a very long time, but one day something strange happened. The alarm clock rang at 7 o'clock as usual. Amanda opened her eyes and looked out the window, but it was completely dark. The clock must be broken, she thought, and went back to sleep. She woke up again about an hour later, but it was still nighttime outside. Something felt wrong, but she didn't know what it was. Amanda rolled out of bed, feeling like she had been asleep for much longer than usual. She walked over to her parents' room and found it empty. She ran to her sister's room, but there was no one there either. She checked her brother's room, the kitchen, the living room, and the bathroom, but there wasn't another soul in the house. Amanda raced back to her room and looked out the window at the night sky. Where's my family? She thought, tears forming in her eyes. Suddenly, she heard a strange voice. I know what happened to you, it said. Amanda jumped and looked around, but couldn't see anything. What? Who are you? She asked. Look up to the sky. I'm here, the voice said. Amanda looked at the sky from her window and saw the moon smiling at her. Is that the moon talking? She thought, confused. What happened to me? Asked Amanda. You are now in a world where there is only darkness, the moon replied. You got here because you weren't using your time wisely and you lost it. I don't understand, whispered Amanda. Lost time is collected in glass bottles and gets taken to the tree of time, the moon explained. It is located in the magic forest where the sun is always shining. There are many bottles of different sizes on the tree because some people waste a lot of time and others only waste a little. Does that mean I'll never get to see my family or friends again? Amanda sniffed. What should I do now? There's only one thing you can do to get your time back, said the moon. You need to go to the tree of time and find the bottle with your name on it. Then open it and release your time. Amanda was about to give her usual answer. Well, I'll do it tomorrow when the moon continues. However, you must go now. If you don't release your time within 5 hours, it will remain on the tree forever and you'll be stuck here. I'm ready, Amanda shouted, but how can I get to the forest? I'll show you the way, replied the moon. Take your watch and follow me. Amanda slipped her watch on her wrist, put on her backpack, and left the house to find her lost time. The streets were dark and empty, with only the moon lighting guiding her way. As Amanda walked down the street, she spotted something beneath a bench. It looked like a box wrapped in brown paper. She picked it up and discovered a book with a note attached to it that read, "For Amanda." For me, she wondered. Amanda sat down on the bench and started to read. It was a book about pirates sailing the ocean and hunting for treasure. The same book her brother had asked her to read him. When she finished reading, tears ran down her face. She realized how much she had missed by not reading it with her brother. "Amanda, we need to move on," called out the moon. She quickly closed the books, stuck it in her backpack, and continued to follow. After walking for a while longer, they reached a small lake. She noticed a big basket resting near the water with a small note attached to it, "For Amanda." She looked inside the basket and found brightly colored paper, colorful markers, and pretty stickers. "It's for Dad card," Amanda exclaimed and started to work immediately. She cut the paper and colored, then folded and colored again. As she worked, Amanda remembered all the time she used to spend with her family and fun they had together. She looked at her watch and saw that there were now only 3 hours left before she would be trapped forever. "Okay, Moon, let's keep going," Amanda said as she slid the card into her backpack. Now, Amanda moved very quickly. Along the way, she thought about everything she would change about her life when she got back home. "I'm going to practice chess more, and I'll play with my sister and brother too. I also want to read a lot of books." And deep in thought, she didn't even notice that 2 more hours had passed once they reached the forest. "Now I have to say goodbye to you," said the moon. "I can't enter the forest, so from here you must go on by yourself." "Thank you for your help," said Amanda, taking a deep breath. She walked into the forest. As she walked deeper and deeper into the forest, the darkness began to fade and the sun started to shine. Amanda was so excited that she started to run until finally she saw the shape of a huge tree in the distance. Suddenly, she noticed a very old man with a chessboard who was sitting on a stone on the side of the road. He paid no attention as Amanda approached, continuing to stare at his chessboard. "Hello there," Amanda said to him. "Hello," answered the old man without turning his head. "Do you want to play one game with me?" "I'm in a hurry. Sorry," Amanda said. "Maybe later." "Yes, sure, later," said the old man. "That's what I always used to say too. I always procrastinated until one day I realized my whole life had passed. Only now do I understand what I've missed. I wish I could bring back my time and do things I love the most." "Do you know how to play chess?" added the old man. "Yes," Amanda exclaimed in excitement. "I love playing chess. I even won a chess championship at school once." "Good for you. Then you must be practicing every day," said the old man, smiling. Amanda looked down at the ground. "No," she said quietly. "I'm usually too busy." "Listen, play one short game," the old man said. Amanda sat on the rock and they began to play. During the game, she remembered how much she had missed playing chess. At the end of the game, the old man shook Amanda's hand. "Thank you for the game. You're a very good player," he said, "but now you must hurry. Time is the most precious thing we have. You don't want to lose it forever. Now run fast." Amanda started running as fast as she could. Finally, she arrived at the huge tree, which was piled high with millions of glass bottles. So many people lost their time, Amanda thought sadly. How can I possibly find my bottle here? She raced around the tree, trying to spot her name. There were many different names, but none were hers. Amanda checked her watch. She only had 15 minutes left. She ran around the tree again and again. Her heart started to race and her feet ached, but she continued to search. A few minutes later, Amanda felt so dizzy from running that she fell down, lying underneath the tree. She burst into tears. That's it, she cried helplessly. There's no chance of finding it. I'm so sorry I wasted my time. She began thinking about her journey to the tree, the book she'd read, the card she's made, and the old man she'd played chess with. She remembered his last words. Time is the most precious thing we have. Take advantage of every minute, she said to herself. I won't give up. I still have a few minutes left. She stood up and looked around the tree again. All of a sudden, the sunlight shined on one of the bottles and its reflection dazzled Amanda. She closed her eyes for a moment and moved away from the light. Then she opened her eyes and looked at the bottle again. It was a green bottle with the name Amanda written on it. It was a green bottle with the name Amanda written on it. She was so happy that she could hardly breathe. She stretched her hand towards the bottle and took it from the tree. I will never forget this, whispered Amanda and opened the bottle. The alarm clock rang at 7 o'clock. Amanda opened her eyes, rolled onto her back, and glanced out the window. The sun was shining brightly. What a strange dream, Amanda thought. She leaped out of the bed and raced to the kitchen. Her mom was cooking breakfast and her dad had just came back from walking the dog. Her brother and sisters were still sleeping in their beds. Mom, Dad, I just had the strangest dream, Amanda shouted, running over to her parents. Then she stopped and wondered, or maybe it wasn't a dream. From that day on, Amanda never wasted her time again and learned to use it wisely. And what about you children? Do you use your time wisely? If not, please start to do so. See you guys tomorrow for another episode of AKPA's Bedtime Storytime. Bye-bye.
AKPA, Bedtime Storytime. AKPA, Bedtime Storytime.